Hello, everyone. In this video, we'll begin to introduce a new chapter. We will introduce selection statements. In the preceding chapter, we write programs. We put the statements in the main method. The statements are executed one after the other in a sequential order. In this chapter, we'll introduce the selection statements. You can execute the statements under conditions. If a condition is true, then we can execute a still statement. And otherwise, we can execute another statement. So this is the idea of condition statement. Now, this is very needed. For example, if you enter a negative value for radius, the program displays an invalid result. If the radius is negative, you don't want the program to compute the area. You can handle this situation using a selection statement. For example, you can write a selection statement like this. If radius is less than 0, display incorrect input, else compute the area and display the area. Selection statements use conditions that are Boolean expressions. A Boolean expression is an expression that evaluates to a Boolean value, true or false. Now we introduce the Boolean type and relational operators. In Java, you can declare a variable to be a Boolean type using the keyword Boolean. The variable of the Boolean type has one of these two values, true or false. Java provides 6 relational operators, also known as comparison operators. You can use these operators to compare the values. These are the operators: less than or equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. For example, this is radius is 5. Radius is less than or equal to 0. That is false. Let's look at this statement. Declare the radius as double with initial value 1. System.out.println to print radius is greater than 0, and that is true. So the output is true. This lights on, the variable is declared as the Boolean type, is assigned with initial value true. Let's write a program using Boolean values. Here's the program. The program randomly generates 2 integers, number 1 and number 2. These are the single-digit integer. We use system.currentTime millis to return the current time in millisecond. Remember 10, get the last digit. This is for the first number. For the second number, again, we use system.current time millis divided by 10. So remove the last digit. And then we're going to get the second last digit. So after you remove the last digit, you have the second last digit is the last one. And remember 10. So this is, you have this, the second last digit. So these two random numbers are generated. Let's look at the animation here now.
The program starts the execution from the main method. Check your understanding. Note that in all code animation, you can use mouse or finger to move highlight, explanation, output, and check your understanding box freely. What will be a possible integer for number 1 after this statement is executed? Enter the smallest possible integer, a space, and the largest possible integer.
So this is remainder 10. So the result will be a single digit, 0, 9. It's a number between 0 and 9.
You are correct. Number 1 is a random integer between 0 and 9. In this sample run, the random integer is 2. The statement generates a random number 2 and assigns it to variable number 1. The statement generates a random number 0 and assigns it to variable number 2. The statement creates an object for performing counsel input and assigns the object to the reference variable named input. The statement displays a prompting message for the user input.
Now this is the prompting message. What is 2 plus 0? 2 is from number 1, 0 is from number 2.
What is 2 plus 0? The statement receives an input from the user.
So the user is going to enter an answer. So we're going to enter 2.
Check your understanding. What will be? Number 1 plus number 2 is equal to answer.
So the answer is 2, and this is number 1, number 2, and this will be true.
You are correct. It is true. The statement displays the result.
Look at the live example now. How do you complete this code? You can write system.current time millis remainder 10. Now this is a long value. This returns a long value. Remainder 10, it is still a long type value. So we have to use casting to cast it into an int because number 1 is declared as int. And this is to get the input from the user. So we have this input object now. Read an int value, next int. That's all for this video. See you on the next video.